Hello, this is Father Chuck, and this is my wife Kathryn, and we're here at home. That's our kitchen, and this is where we eat breakfast, and it also is where Kathryn does a lot of craft projects. Well, we're going to talk to you today about Palm Sunday, which is next Sunday, and we will celebrate it in our church service on Sunday. But I want to help you prepare for Palm Sunday by telling you about it and then doing a craft project that will help you participate on Sunday. Palm Sunday is the Sunday before Easter. It's a special time in the church year. It celebrates when Jesus came into Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover with his disciples. It was the biggest festival of the year for the Jewish people. And they were excited because they had heard about Jesus. They had heard that this teacher was wonderful, was kind, was loving, did miracles, healed people, taught wonderful truths. And so they thought maybe he was the one they were waiting for, a man called the Messiah, the one God was sending to save Israel. And so they thought he was the Messiah, which was kind of like a big king for them. Well, on the way into town, his disciples found a donkey for him to ride on so that he wouldn't get so tired. And as he was riding into Jerusalem, the roads were very dusty back then. They didn't have paved streets like we do. And the dust was getting all stirred up. Well, the people there were excited and they wanted to honor this man and to take care of him and to celebrate this event. And so they got big palm branches. You've seen palm trees that have the big palms up in the air. They would get palm branches and put them on the ground so that the donkey could ride on that and not stir up so much dust. And because they thought Jesus was the Messiah, this king, they were yelling shouts of praise. And one of the things they yelled was, Hosanna to the King. Hosanna meant save or help. And so they were saying to Jesus, help us, Lord, help us, King, to be better and to be safe. And so that's what they were yelling. And he came into town. And he rode down to town, and then they went and celebrated the Passover meal. And so what we want to do today is to have a craft project to help you make something like palm leaves. And Kathryn is going to do that now. And then I want you to have them ready on Sunday, so that you can be ready to celebrate Palm Sunday. Another thing you might do before Sunday is to go on to St. David's Facebook and look for a video from past Palm Sundays and see how they did it there with the palm branches on the ground. Okay? Well, let's do our craft project now. Kathryn.
Hi, my name is Kathryn, and I hope you like my artist hat. It always inspires me to get in the mood, and so I hope if you're going to do this project that you'll just get in the mood and make a space for everything. Today's project is going to be called a palm of palms. We're going to make a palm branch with the palms of our hands, and it should look something like this. However, yours is going to look like however it looks like. But that's what we're going for, and we're going to be putting it up right there. The first thing you need to do is to collect all of your stuff. One of the things I always have, the first thing we do is collect any green paper that you have in the house. It may be construction paper. Tissue paper is not going to work so well because it's so flimsy. I did glue some tissue paper onto a white piece of paper with my glue stick, and that worked pretty good, and I got a pretty good hand like this. I also tried I like to paint, and so I used my acrylics like this, and I painted a piece of construction paper and I let it dry outside so that I could cut it now. If you cut out your hands first with white paper and you try to paint it afterwards, the little fingers are going to curl up. So that might not work out so well. But then I got a brown paper sack and I cut it up the side and I cut off the bottom and I cut these 2 strips. This, you can use brown construction paper. You can, don't forget the paper that you have in your Christmas wrapping supplies, because you might have some brown wrapping paper there. You might have some green wrapping paper. However, I would suggest for Palm Sunday, don't get any green wrapping paper with Santa Clauses on it, because it's not Christmas. And then we're going to be making a bunch of handprints like this with our paper. So another supply that you're going to need is some kind of adhesive, some kind of, here I have my white glue. Here I have a glue stick. These are some things you could use. And here I have some Scotch tape. Today, because Scotch tape goes pretty fast, I'm going to be using Scotch tape just to show you. And also, I'm going to be making mine standing up so that you can see me do it. You might do yours better lying down. The palm branch is going to be kind of wobbly. So I would suggest, if you can, if you have a piece of poster board, or if you can get some help to find something to put it on, that's going to be the best thing to do. I always have my markers. I love my marker box. I love to see all the colors in there. And another thing you could use white paper, and you could use crayons. I always have crayons. I always have crayons and markers and paint and glue, and I'm a really big tape person as well. So after you have collected all of your materials, the next thing you're going to do is trace your hand, and we're going for something like this or like this. So right now, Father Chuck is going to be tracing his hand. Oh, also don't forget you need scissors, and you're going to do that. He's going to be tracing his hand and cutting it out, and I'm going to start taping to show you what we can do. I left this a little bit crinkly because I've never seen a branch that was very, very smooth. Most of them are kind of crinkly. So we have that. And which hand do you think I should put on top? There's always kind of a pointy part. I'm going to use the one where I drew the knuckles and the thumb lines. Grandpa really likes to draw his knuckle lines. So I'm going to put this at the top. Put it right there. And then I have some, different color ones. I think right now I'm going to take a different color one and put it here. And maybe a different color one here. And it's okay if they're not flat for this, because when you look at a palm branch, it's just not really flat. So, okay, so you might want to look up a picture of a palm branch somewhere. That there's a lot of different kinds of palms. One of the reasons that we came up with the idea of making a palm branch out of the hands, the palms of our hands, is because God repeats shapes in nature over and over again. And you see a lot of leaves that are shaped with 5 points, and they're called palmate leaves. There are a lot of different kinds of palms, different shapes of palms. So this one's going to be just fine. And it's okay to let a little bit of that branch show through. So you'll see that I got different shades of green, just so that it would be exciting, and you could see the little fingers sticking out. Now I'm getting excited because I want to know if I'm going to get all of my palms on the tree before Father Chuck finishes cutting his out. Okay.
Nope.
Nope. He got his
But
stuff.
now I have to put my knuckles on.
Oh, now he has to put his knuckles on. Okay, okay. I hope you're liking this project. You've probably been sitting at the kitchen table a lot doing all of your homework at home, and maybe you don't feel like sitting at the table anymore, but please always be sure to talk with whoever's in charge at home. My grandsons know where everything is in my craft closet, and so sometimes they go get things without asking me. So I really, really want to ask you to be sure to ask somebody in charge. I want you to always remember your safety rules with your scissors, and just try to be creative. Okay, Father Chuck. Hey, Father Chuck.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm almost
Yeah.
through. Almost
Yeah.
through with my knuckles.
So I'm going to go
faster.
ahead and also put this sign up here. Let's see, let's put it right here. A palm of palms. And, oh, he's checking out his hand. He's looking at his hand to see where the lines should go.
You know, you have lines in here, and I put them on there, give you an idea. Can you see that? Little lines. I didn't make them very dark, but they're there.
Yeah. So now another thing that I did for my poster, if you decide to make a poster, I
Too big.
just made simple bubble letters. My construction paper wasn't too long, so I taped another piece right here and made simple bubble letters. I did that by just drawing with pencil the S, and then with my marker I just traced around the S, and I wanted to show you that. And then I just colored them in, kind of like a mosaic. So, and I wanted to show you, I have a couple little funny hands here. First I'm going to put Father Chuck's. This is a great hand, Father Chuck. You can tell that he's right-handed, and so he traced his left hand. So that's great. This will be right here. And then over that, I'm going to put my funny little hand. Actually, I have two. Because Hosanna, even though it said save us, rescue us, we still use it as a sign of joy and praise. And these are happy little hands, and so that's why I made some happy little hands. Yeah. For those of you who remember Bob Ross, we like happy in our crafts and paintings. Okay.
Okay. What a great palm branch.
Yeah, that's our palm branch. Okay, Father Chuck.
That is great. And I hope you will try this with your parents and your friends and your family. Stay safe. do this. Make sure you have permission to use all the art supplies, and then put it together. And you might even want to have it, some extra ones that you don't put up there for Palm Sunday to put on the ground where you're going to walk and be like Jesus walking on the palms.
You could do that.
Another thing you might do is cut out a cross out of white paper and paint it green to have a palm cross. We do that on Palm Sunday. Just some ideas. Hope you have fun doing this. We enjoyed being with you. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.